And we should be live. There we go. Okay, fantastic. So
I'm doing this so you don't have to listen to me eat.
Oh, that's fine. Welcome to the Pirate National Committee meeting of the 7th of November. Lovely to have you all here, as always. First off, let me get my notes out so that I know what the heck I'm doing. That would help. You know, it is a Sunday evening, and we are here for pirate business and other such things. So
we always are.
As we always are, indeed. If someone could do me a favor and read the chat out to me, as it happens.
Let me try and I can try and pull it up.
Or someone could have it pulled up, and if anything that needs to be read out can be read out. I would appreciate that.
Or I can get on YouTube chat, not
no, I have YouTube chat. No, I'm specifically referring to Jitsi chat.
Oh, you need Jitsi chat? Oh, that would be very tricky for me to do on my phone. I cannot do Jitsi chat as well.
Same. So that being said,
I will point out that I went like the 7th, and that reminds me of something. Then it's the 5th of November. Remember the 5th of November.
It is not the 5th of November. Why?
Well, no, that's what I thought of. Remember.
Yes, of course.
I thought we were going to try our hardest not to mention V for Vendetta anymore as the pirate party.
I am going to agree with that. That's not what it's from, mind you.
Oh, am I just being illiterate or young here or something?
That's not what it's from. V for Vendetta references. It's an actual.
Oh yeah, I'm dumb. I knew that. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to blow up King James.
I knew that.
In one fell swoop.
Anyway, let's move on to the actual PNC meeting. Cool. Okay, great. Now that we've gotten our references out of the way, start with IDs. As always, let me just go ahead and ping this out to some people just in case they haven't joined. Hey, there we go. We got Jamie on video. My name is Rose Klein. In California, I am the chair of the Pirate National Committee. Jamie?
My name is James O'Keefe. I am party secretary.
Wilson?
Oh.
Did I catch you in the bite?
Oh, no, yeah. You just give me. I just finished my bowl. Joe Klein, vice chair of the United States Pirate Party, and nominally representing Wisconsin.
Okay. And then Joe, you with us? Gonna pause temporarily and move on to Mitch. We can come back to Joe. Mitch?
Sure. Mitch DeVillo of Chicagoland, the Illinois Pirate Party, and the Swarm Care Manager of the United States Pirate Party.
And AJ.
This is Anthony J., Indiana Pirate Party Representative, Outreach Chair, and Human Rights Enjoyer.
As we all
That's not
are.
an official title.
No, as we all are. I think it's a good title. Yeah. It's a very good title. Cool, wonderful. So, with IDs out of the way, let's do as soon as Joe, are you with us again?
Let me see.
Let us know whenever.
He said BRB a minute ago?
Yeah, be right back.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. So whenever he joins us again, I'll make sure that
I know the young people way of saying things with BRB.
indeed that text lingo.
Text.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't even know what the drip was.
So let's go on to reports then, and start off with Jamie with IT. How are things going?
There was no meeting this week.
Okay. Has Joe Keefe left us as well?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay. So that means we have both IT and platform non-existent currently.
Joe did ID in the Jitsi chat.
Okay.
It does appear he's having mic issues, but he did in fact ID for the meeting.
Oh, okay, cool. Could we?
And Jamie's here. He's just on the chat. I don't know what's wrong. Apparently, the gods of the internet has decided to cut Massachusetts.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's. Okay, thank you.
Of course.
If so I'll just go ahead and can someone read out Joe's Jitsi message then, please?
Joe has.
You just said thank you,
Yeah.
gentlemen, with the magnificent.
Like, did Joe? If Joe ID'd in Jitsi, then that should be right after.
Joe ID, Joseph Honorowski, Treasurer, Massachusetts.
Cool, thank you. That's all I was looking for. Okay,
Yes.
cool. Yeah, we need that ID for the record. Okay, cool. So okay, so we have IT is currently out. You all didn't have a meeting last week. That is fine. I know I couldn't make it, which sucked. And things were a bit busy last week. And then we also have platforms not here right now. So let's, AJ, you want to go ahead and
sure, we can do outreach. So
yeah, I know you have your report anyway. So
yep, at the last meeting, the outreach meeting on Tuesday, we decided to go over how we broke it down was we have likes and lessons learned from the Patriot Act event. I am going to. Is there someone I can DM this to that could on Discord that could post it in the Jitsi chat, because I'm currently operating off of 2 different devices.
Yeah, you know what? Let me just go ahead and rejoin this. Hang on.
Right.
Yeah, you can message it to me.
Yep.
I'm just gonna.
All right. So I'll message.
Just gonna rejoin
that
a stream machine.
once I
the
get
stream
my
machine
Discord.
is joining the machine meeting.
Welcome back, stream machine.
Yeah, the stream machine is a fake user. It doesn't exist. It's just me again.
Let's
Get
see.
with these fake things that seem to have physical.
Where is your? There is your. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I posted that. We have a document, has a few likes, a few lessons learned that we'd like to keep in mind, at least with our outreach activity from this point forward. I can read all of them out, but I don't know if that would be super conductive to a conversation. So
summary,
then we can, if anyone wants to look at it, we can have a discussion there. Summary was really time sensitivity. We should not have done something so big in so little of time. I think that was our main takeaway. It impacted everything else. We gave it a good shot, but in the future, crunching does not work for the Pirates, especially if we're trying to get other people involved. So the outreach committee is going to try and learn from that, especially.
Yeah, that makes sense. in terms of okay, next, so you have sorry, my brain is in 1,000 places right now.
Sorry.
The after yeah, like
I'm
please
gonna
go.
be honest. If this is about outreach, I'm having a hard time remembering what you're talking about, unless we're still talking about this.
No, yeah, just still that. Like I guess
Well, that was really the big summary. Everything
okay.
else kind of extended from that. Though another thing that we did talk about a little bit at the meeting, and a little bit, just amongst ourselves, is that we do kind of hope that maybe in the future we can have segments on our YouTube channel, on our social media that are maybe like a little bit more serious and like, stereotypically political. Uh, it's not that it's not that it was bad that our streams were super super casual, but a consensus that I've got is that if we could mix up the types of content that we were putting out there, that's something that the outreach committee might want to see. Another thing is that we kind of this goes along with the time constraints, but we did stretch ourselves very very thin. In the future, we want to delegate things to other members a little bit better because it ended up just a few of us were doing like all this work while some of our like youth pirates were like, "Is there anything I can do to help?" And then there wasn't because we already did it all, and that wasn't good for us and wasn't good for them. So delegation, we could probably do that better as an outreach committee too. Other than that, no, I think that's the basic summary.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. And then meetings are continuing as normal. And is there anything else that you need to talk about in terms of outreach stuff?
Not in terms of outreach committee. I think the rest of my responsibilities during this meeting will be as a state representative. I think we're good with outreach.
Cool beans. Okay. I want to jump back to Jamie and give you the chance to talk about IT if there's anything else. I know your internet connection cut out for a bit there.
Sorry, I was just dealing with the notes. Nothing to report. I have to check in on what happened at the meeting. I was sick, so I wasn't able to attend. So
Okay. Sounds good. Anything in terms of like what y'all are working on for the future, things that the group needs to know,
I mean,
etc.
still working on the same set of stuff, getting crew working, keeping the blog updated. That I believe has been updated recently.
Yep.
Keeping the wiki updated, and I have to get the SMS support added. So that's still on my list.
Okay. Cool. Good to know. Thank you very much. And then Joe, if you looks like Joe just dropped out completely. RIP.
While we're waiting for Joe, William Doppin, State Representative for California.
Yes.
Hi.
Thank you. Hi. Hello. Sorry, I forgot to have you ID. Yes.
You're good.
Thank you very much.
It's been a while.
Appreciate that, William. Glad to have you here.
Joe is back. Maybe? Yes?
Joe is
Yes.
maybe
Kinda,
back.
sorta.
Ooh,
Sorta.
and we have sound maybe. Do you want to give a platform report?
So there's still a lot of tension going on with the whole abortion thing. I mean, fundamentally, what all of the older pirates were saying were 100% true. That if we follow the course of individual autonomy, then by all rights, we can't make anybody carry anything to full term without taking away their God-given right to choose for themselves what is best between them, their soul, and their doctor. I really like that line. But that being said, I think it was also a consensus that we value all life, including the lives of those yet to exist yet, because if we don't care about our future, then we're daft. So it's really one of those weird positions where we can't really choose And I think it's best if we take the stance that we don't choose for anyone, and we make it our policy that we trust in the individual to choose right for themselves.
Okay.
So
I guess I was wondering, to that extent, I mean, would it be best, is there, what is the plans for the outreach, or sorry, mixing my
on that
committees up, my
particular
apologies.
platform, I think it's
Yeah, what are the plans for the platform committee? Is there a plan to continue focusing on and talking about this, or is the
I
platform
think
committee planning on moving on to other things?
I think we're moving. We're planning on presenting what I just presented to you tonight to all of you, and really put it to a vote. I think we're more pro-choice with making sure that medical facilities have the funding that they would need to make all the best informed decisions and keep it on an individual basis, as opposed to really having the government really have any say on whether or not you have a child. I think it's too personal and too based around individual family needs to really make a choice for anybody. What say you?
All right, so the platform committee is planning on presenting something, and then about this issue
We can
specifically
debate
to
it
the PNC, and
after.
then sorry,
Yeah,
Bosun, go ahead.
it's been debated and debated, and I would like to not debate it anymore.
No, I
I think
was
that makes
saying if he makes the presentation and we choose to debate it, then we debate it. That's
Yeah,
it.
well, I mean, absolutely. Like, the PNC has the right to
But he doesn't have to.
hold another discussion on it. That's
Yeah,
true.
he doesn't have to hold the debate while presenting the presentation of what happened.
Yeah.
Yes, I am not trying to instigate in a debate right now. That is not my intention. I hope that no one is reading this that way.
Yeah, no, and there's definitely I keep it very open debate on many topics over there, and it has been a lively and discussion, and we've had a lot of good feedback from a lot of people. I think
Cool.
that we really are, or from everything that I've seen from there, we really are the melting pot of the political system, and I just want to continue seeing us grow and really try and find the best solution for all of our people, one all of all economic indiversities. And so I think what we're doing over there is really a healthy thing, and I'm loving to see what democracy really just in action of how
Yeah.
we're deciding on these
Yeah.
important issues.
Any word on specific issues that you're moving on to next?
I haven't written that up yet. Is there anything that you want us to discuss, or anyone want us to discuss?
I don't have anything. I was just curious.
I mean, we've covered in quite a few topics, and this week, I'm not going to lie, this week has been a somewhat brutal week on me, and I'm a little bit behind.
Fair enough. That can be decided later. It's just a curiosity.
On a happier note, I got my main PC running. No thanks to no small part of Mr. O'Keefe, the honorable delegate of Massachusetts, loaning me the spare parts I needed to finish the thing. So right now I'm actually in the live stream studio doing everything. And Heather, see Discord account, is saying hashtag stop the tension.
Yeah, I was going to say, Heather, if you could address specifically what you are referring to, I would appreciate that. But please go on. You were talking about the setup?
I apologize. What?
I think you were talking about your setup, or had you finished speaking on that?
Yeah, no. My studio is everything set up, and as far as you guys needing more support on the YouTube side, I'd be happy to help you on that. I can say that if you're looking for some of the new recruits to help you on outreach, have them do slices into actually download the videos, which you can do right off of YouTube, and then have them do composites of the best sayings and stuff like that, and really to cut down and make it so you have little blurps of your message, making it so that, oh yeah, you want to see what we're about, here, click this link, boom, and play it for them. You know what I mean? And really, there's a lot of different things you can do with the video that you make. have somebody go through and cut out all the funner parts and make it more formal, or make more formal clips. You know, if that's some good feedback I can throw at you guys on that. And in terms of on the treasury side for us,
yes, please.
I know we definitely need to file with the FEC. I just didn't get to it this week, but that's really what we're looking at next. And slapping together what the budget is, which is probably just going to be a duplicate of what the budget was for last year, plus some extra flyers and that new software that we put in for the text.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, whenever that's ready, if we can get that presented, but no rush. I don't think, it's just as long as the FEC deadlines are met, right?
So Heather C. Discord account, everyone keeps arguing, and I'm really behind and confused to what is going on. So when you're talking about the arguing, Heather, just want to say that we're mostly in agreement. I'm not sure what you're saying by us arguing against each other. Here, I will link it for you guys.
Yep. No, I saw the comment.
I think this has more to do with like the past few days or like the week and some of the platform discussions, which I do think, for the record, at least my personal opinion as someone who's been there, that we're trending toward a consensus. It's just the abortion topic, as would come naturally, has gotten a little bit heated, but I do think that we're reaching good conclusions and that Joe has been pretty accurate in describing what those conclusions are.
Yeah, so I mean, there are definitely some things about the Pirates and the principles that we stand behind, which are very important, that we all agree on. And one of the biggest things that we all agree on is the importance of the individual, and the individual having the dignity and sanctity to do what they think is best. Correct? And at least best in choosing what's best for their life, their family, and trusting in that judgment. And I think that's the basis or fundamental of the freedom that we all have seemed to grow and enjoy. And again, I'm not trying to undermine anything. I'm trying to build upon the constitutional rights we enjoy as citizens, and really take it one step further to make sure we continue to ensure the rights, and we don't go backwards, and we don't make it so that women's suffrage becomes a thing again, or suffrage of any kind, and making sure that justice is for everyone. And sometimes trying to find the right solution, because we're kind of fumbling our way through it. That is the democratic process in action. And I'm really excited that I get to be a part of that, especially in the trying time.
The nature of political debate is often that it is fraught, and I think it can be tense at times. But I also agree that I agree that the fact that we are able to come to common ground and conclusions and discuss this sort of stuff in a cordial way at the very least, and if not a respectful way even, I think it has been respectful for the most part, apart from some few instances which were then discussed, and that's been I think encouraging, honestly. So
also, Heather C., I do just want to say, if you do want to share your opinions on this subject, or if you have any issue with what Joe presents, or whatever, if you have opinions you would like to share in the Discord server, our platform committee chat, you can put your concerns there, or you can bring them up during a meeting every Monday if we don't have anything else going on. But there are outlets for you to voice your concern if you have them.
If I could just add on to that, the platform committee is an open discussion committee for anyone at any time, anytime you want to express it. There there is no, even though I do regulate and come to it every Monday at 9, you don't necessarily have to wait till then. If you have something that you want to share about any of the major topics we're facing, whether it's weather, economic change, economic disaster, the abortion, or any other topic, it truly is a place that I want to keep free no matter what, so long as it's respectful.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Anything else platform-wise or treasury-wise before we move on?
No, that is all I have for tonight. And
Okay,
thank you.
Thanks. So with that, Swarm Cure, Mitch.
I have nothing new to report. I have not heard back from Alaska or Rhode Island. If I do hear back from them, I will let you guys know. But as of right now, nothing. I reached out to the Chilean Pirate Party just to talk about future discussions. They reached out to us in the past, and now I'm just trying to. Now that the Patriot Act is over, I just reached out to them just to kind of get something prepared. I kind of wanted to do something for Pan American Day on April 15th. That's a goal I have for right now, but that's nothing to concern ourselves with at the moment. That'll be for a future discussion. As of right now, there's no other news. That's all I got.
Okay, thank you very much. Bosun or Jamie, anything else that we missed?
I have nothing else, no.
Not at this time.
Okay, thank you very much. Moving on to old business from the reports. AJ, you want to talk about your motion? I suppose reintroduce it. It is in the agenda for anyone who needs it. I'm just gonna read it out again really quickly. So we tabled this last time and said we would bring it up again this week. This is a proposal that the PNC amend the bylaws to create the office titled Director of Public Relations. The officer elected to this position would have the following responsibilities: to administrate and manage social media accounts alongside the chair and vice chair, to advise the PNC on its image and reputation, to orchestrate public opportunities or appearances for officers, candidates, and other hardworking pirates, to serve as the public face of the U.S. Pirate Party whenever other relevant pirates cannot appear, to readily communicate with the public, the press, and other organizations. That is the motion. As it stands, it can be edited. Currently, we are just in discussion about it, since it was tabled during discussion last time.
So, if I may, I do want to start this conversation by saying sort of what I've been hearing from the discussion we've had about this motion so far, and I want to discuss that, because primarily the discussion so far, the feedback, the response has been sort of, we don't know why there is a place, because technically either the outreach chair can do it or they can sort of delegate it to someone else within the outreach committee. And I think that I sort of want to emphasize that I'm not like stating this or laying this out because I think it's like something I shouldn't be doing or, what have you. I'm laying this out because I think that it is actually sort of above my current position as a chair of a committee. I think that this sort of thing is very, very important. How we're currently being perceived, because we kind of have to admit our current public perception may not be the best. And on top of that, I think the outreach committee is currently doing a lot. We're calling all sorts of things outreach right now. We're calling this PR thing outreach. We're calling, actual outreach. We're calling engaging with people outreach. We're calling, our media efforts outreach, and all those things that the outreach committee can do. But that makes it a committee with a pretty big tent, and I am a little bit concerned about that, So I'm wondering if we can't start to maybe structure things a little bit better so we can not think of all of these, like, social things, these not hard policy, not hard politics things, less of like one big blob that's only kind of important, and more as individual tasks that deserve dedicated pirates to tend to them.
You
Bosun,
know,
you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I think classically that fell to the chair. And if the chair needed somebody to do something, then they would delegate it to somebody. I don't see that we need a new structure beyond that.
I
I actually can see where the reputable gentleman is saying where he needs more structure in that. I do see that being a monumental task, and breaking that task down, or maybe some of the outreach committee could take some time to break the task down into specific tasks, such as in-person meeting, social media meeting, and etc. And then we can circle back to think of different people or different offices in which we can put down. So if you have somebody in charge of the Twitter account, somebody in charge of the Facebook account, even if we just have those tasks written out as to all the different tasks, then we can start really looking at what we can do to break it down.
AJ?
Okay, so I just wanted to say, oh, hold on, I'm speaking right now. That I got rid of the handshake thing. I don't know how to use Jitsi, but we're good. Okay, so I want to say to that point, I do think the same person or the same group of people should roughly be doing all the social media things. I think my point is that outreach as a whole is currently handling all of the things that aren't really like hard politics or have to do with people. I mean, we talk about swarm care things in there sometimes, and I think we should, like Joe said, start to break those up a little bit more. I'm not saying that both doing like the Twitter and the Facebook is too much for one person. I'm saying one person should be doing the Twitter and the Facebook and all of that. A different person should be thinking about, or a different group of people should be thinking about, okay, what are the strategies we use to get people in? And a different set of persons should be doing a different thing, etc. And I think that a good step, or at least something we can do, is to delegate these specific responsibilities that have a lot less to do with outreach and a lot more to do with, well, what we might call PR, and turn it into its own thing. Because I think that these things are very, very important. And we could use anyone to really make it their primary job to think about these things. I think it could benefit us a lot. And I know, Bosun, you mentioned that these things usually fall to a chair. If at some point we could get our current chair's opinion on this, I would like to hear it because that might influence how we proceed. I think that's all I have for right now.
To speak to Bosun's point, there was one point where it was just the chair, and we didn't really have as much action as we do right now. And I think that between everything that I've seen, I am just so grateful that all of you are attending and all the people who are viewing us. And I think if we keep on laying the foundations, writing out what needs to be done, and then start executing, we'll continue to grow and be able to fill these positions. So I think your point is valid, AJ, and we should most definitely write it out. Write out what needs to be done, and what the jobs are, and then start looking for, when people ask us, hey, what can you do? We're like, hey, here it is in bullet point format. I think that's 100% a valid point.
Bosun?
I kind of feel like it's a little bit. Maybe you're overthinking this. If you have a proposal, then write it down.
This is the proposal.
We did.
What is the proposal?
It's on the agenda.
No, I mean,
I said it.
What is the proposal?
To create this office so we can have an officer that's specifically focused on these specific things.
So are
Thank
we
you. Jamie
debating?
just linked it. Jamie just
we-
linked it in the chat.
No.
We are-
Are we debating creating the office?
We are
I'm not
discussing
asking,
right
what
now.
the heck are we debating?
Oh, you're saying someone should make a motion.
Yeah, you either make a motion or right now we're flipping a wheel around and not doing anything.
Oh, well, I motioned it. Okay, I see what happened. I motioned it last time, and we tabled it. Should I motion it again?
Just
Sure.
because it never got seconded the first
Yeah.
time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I've motioned my motion.
Sure. Okay. Would you like to move to that the PNC accept the proposal as written, AJ?
Yes, that is my motion. I would
Has
like to
been
move
moved.
that.
The debate, I will second.
Yes. Sorry, Jamie. Please go for it. Just feel free to just talk. By the way, sometimes if I ignore you for too long.
Yeah, I mean, so this isn't a bylaw change in the sense that it is not structured as a bylaw change.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't say we're going to amend this part of the bylaws, we're going to insert this text. It needs that because I don't know where it is and you shouldn't let me figure it out. It should be explicitly in the proposal. This is, we're going to insert this set of text into the bylaws here, or we're going to make this edit, or we're going to remove this text, but that's what it should be.
All right.
The other thing that
good catch there.
The other thing in terms of the list.
In a meeting.
Sorry. Can I finish? Okay. The other thing I would just recommend in terms of it is one of their roles should be in charge of the outreach committee. That's not in the list of responsibilities.
All right. Okay. I knew I can't answer why I left that out.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
I just
wanted to say.
That's all.
Okay. Yeah. To that point, while we're still in that point of discussion, I do just want to say in its current form, we'll be changing it anyway. But one of the reasons why I left that out is so if we needed to split up these responsibilities, we can. Say I can continue to be the outreach chair for however long, someone else can do this, and that continues to split things up a little bit, or we can make them the same person. But I mean, if the committee is in favor of just making them the same person always, we can do that too.
I would actually be in favor of splitting them up between two things, because if you talk in terms of workload, I know the social media marketing is like a job in and of itself.
Jamie, what were you wanted to say something, Jamie?
I mean, I think that we already put something into the bylaws that say every officer position except for chair and vice chair automatically has a second who can be voted in. So we just structure it in the same way, and there you go. You get your assistant, you get your vice chair, whatever. It's already structured in there. You just need to insert this is what they're going. This is the role. This is what it's going to do. That's it. And let them figure it out or something. Or they can be delegated, whatever.
Bosun?
As I recall having, as a lawyer once told me, when you're running a company, right? If you have a treasurer, the treasurer can appoint as many assistants as he wants. So once you set up this, I guess what I'm saying is, are we debating adding another position that is a bylaw position? If it is, then Jamie's right. You need to amend the bylaws, and you need to do all the homework related to amending the bylaws. If not, then it's informal, and then everything else is informal. And then why not just ask somebody to serve in that capacity? So you see what I'm saying? I'm saying I think it's either, are you going to go this way or that way? But you got to decide if you're going to make it a full-fledged position, like adding another officer, then what you need to do is do the homework.
Yeah,
Read the bylaws and figure out where it gets plopped in and how is it put in there.
I've got the bylaws up right now, actually.
No, okay.
Oh no, sorry, did I interrupt?
No, I just think otherwise it's not a completely formed proposal, and it should be tabled until it's written out.
Well, okay, so we have. I mean, yes, Dustin?
No. That's basically I've said what I.
Yep. Would we like to? I mean,
it needs to be specific, so you can give it to the secretary, and then you can put it in the proper place.
Yep. Would we like to? I mean, as always, accepting motions to table if that's what you're proposing, but also if we need AJ, if you wanted to withdraw the motion and accept friendly edits or something. Well, I don't know if this is a friendly edit sort of room. This is definitely like something bigger.
Yeah, I think it's a little rushed to go like, oh,
this is more than a friendly edit
right now.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, this is more.
Withdraw my motion and rewrite it, write it better, and then we can come back to it.
Right.
Okay. Then I withdraw my motion.
Okay, cool. Motions to table this for another week?
Well, unless he writes it out right now and brings it up again.
I mean, that would be impressive.
I can, but I don't feel the need to.
Okay. I'm not trying to make it rough on you.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to.
No, I get you. I get you.
Okay.
Can I get a motion to table this for another week? Unless there are objections to that. Oh,
Motion to table.
Table this for another week.
I mean, it's been withdrawn, so.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It has been. Yes. Okay. Cool. If there are no objections, this will be put on the. Are there any objections to this being put on the agenda for next week?
None.
No.
Great.
No.
Okay. Hearing none. Secretary, please put this on the agenda for next week. Thank you very much. Okay. Other items of new business. We do not have any on the agenda
Yes.
that I am aware of, but this is the time to bring things up.
I would like to bring something up.
Please go for it.
I would like there to be printed or proposed to the table to come or proposed to this great committee and all of its representatives and delegates to bring forth a motion to have 1,000 bumper stickers and or trifold pamphlets to be printed up, crafted, made, and designed so that we can have something to hand out in order to generate interest for both the outreach committee and for individual officers trying to start new chapters. I would be happy to fund this personally in order to have these printed out, but I would like a design for us, something that would be one page or one page trifolded. That would be allow us to use one single sheet in order to make up to 6 articles that we could easily share.
Well, just putting my 2 cents in the matter, the trifolds might be a little bit easier just due to just distribution costs between all states. Issues like with that would arise, at least in my mind, when you're ordering something to one location and having it spread across the U.S. I don't know if that's completely wrong, but
So what I was going to do is I was going to buy a whole bunch, do it as an in-kind contribution to to the U.S. Pirate Party and ship it to the individual officers in each active state.
Jamie?
A, this wasn't in the budget, but sure.
Yeah.
B, no, I get it. B, I mean, some of that could come in under the line item of like outreach and something. Outreach. So that's fine. We'll figure it out. I think we should just come up with designs, and then we can always put them up at PDF, and then if we just have to, and then if you want to go and buy 1,000 of them, great, and then we can just figure out how to distribute them. But we need to figure out how to distribute them as well. So,
in terms of distribution, that would be fairly easy. I think there was kicked around an idea of a new state starter pack, and so include a bunch of bumper stickers for handing out and etc. In fact, I think it was you, Jamie, who gave me that idea, and I say we start working on putting that together and what that starter pack would be. So, we definitely want to pick the brains of both outreach and this great committee in order to see what we would need or would want in a new state starter pack. So again, proposing new business that we do this, I think it will help us a lot. And I think even having little pamphlets on how to run for office should be on that trifold, etc. And links that they could get resources from us.
I like the idea, but I am going to say this does sound like something. I know I was just talking about how much outreach is doing, but this does really sound like something that outreach would be involved in primarily. So I'm wondering if we should let the outreach committee just have at it and report back.
That would sound great.
Okay. So would that be part of the motion, or should I make a motion talking about sending this to the outreach committee? Or
yeah, so it would be a motion to send to outreach committee for discovery.
Or
Jamie?
you could just say that the outreach committee will do it.
Jamie?
yeah, I mean, why are we even debating this? Just outreach, do it, figure it out, come up with a proposal. Joe said he put money in for it. Excellent. If more is needed, I can probably put some in. Let's just have something, and then once we've got a design we like, someone's going to pay for it, and then we'll just figure the rest of it out. Why do we even need to be discussing this?
No, that's heard and understood. Are there objections to having the outreach committee do this?
No, let them go at it. Do what they want.
None.
Fantastic. Hearing none. Outreach committee, so assigned. You have homework.
the outreach committee always has homework.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much every committee does. Speaking of outreach committee, the comments reminded me that there was something else that came up in outreach committee. It was a new proposal. Is that something that outreach committee was planning on presenting today, or is that?
Hold on, I'm not. No, I don't think we were planning on presenting anything to the PNC. I think that was still something that the outreach committee was talking about individually. Okay. At least that's what I got. If I know what they're talking about.
Okay, the 2022 fund thing.
Yeah, I think that's still within. The outreach committee.
Okay, sure. Just making sure. Making sure. I just recall that.
I appreciate the enthusiasm, but I don't think we're done. I don't think we're done on outreach yet.
Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to double check. Cool. Jamie.
So we have 10 minutes on the clock officially left over. Yep. Do we want to see whatever do we want to debate, discuss, whatever, vote on the proposed abortion statement?
The thought?
Yeah, we have 10 minutes.
I believe that would be. I believe that is. I kind of will leave that. Are there any objections to bringing that up? We have 9 minutes now.
I have no objections.
I
I
have
move that
no
we take
objections.
a pro-choice stance on abortion.
I second.
Motion on the table. Second.
Second.
All in favor of that?
What exactly did so? No, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just for like secretary. Like,
That's a great question.
we're pro-choice. Is that's the statement?
Yeah, I think that's. We could be a little bit more.
We believe that it's up to the woman to make the individual choice as to what she wants to do with her own body. How's that?
And we are a pro-science, pro-science, pro-choice.
And that the choice is between the doctor and the patient.
So they had to let them off. And they gave one away.
I mean, I think if
Is that choice?
Sorry, I'm just trying to write this down and like there's
Okay.
only so
Right.
fast I can type.
Yeah, I took it. But it's only 2 people. If it was 6, a table.
Richard is DMing me, hang on.
Maybe. Never mind.
Oh,
Mitch, go for it.
Well, just in the interest of the pirates that did discuss opposition to it. One thing
Well,
they
can
did
you
say
mute
that
when
I
you
fair-
for a second?
that, the one thing they did say that's fair that I don't think necessarily contradicts with the pro-choice statement was the pirate advocacy for what would ultimately lessen the number of needed abortions, you know, things that would advocate for more universal access to birth control and, you know, social safety net programs, if you will. That was something that I thought was interesting. I don't know if that's something we want to necessarily include, but that was something that I thought was at least a fair enough point to their point.
I would suggest that we write a proposal, put it on the PNC, put it on the mailing list for the next meeting, because I don't think we can debate this in 10 minutes.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay. With
Sure.
that, did I hear a motion to adjourn?
Yeah, I move we adjourn.
Okay, that is 2 motions to adjourn. I'll count that as a motion in a second. All in favor of adjournment?
All right.
Aye.
With that,
Aye.
this meeting of the Pirate National Committee is adjourned at 9:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you very much all for watching. Thank you all for participating. Have a lovely night. Please check us out at uspirates.org. See how you can get involved in our mission to spread smart policy across the United States. Vote pirate, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good night, everyone. Stream's ended.